Huh. Okay. So it's not 100% how I'd like it, but it is a different change in scenery. It's okay, I guess. Mario's eyes is they're kind of cut off. And then above that, I actually have my Nintendo 3DS kiosk there. But I can only do so much. But yeah, um, this episode I didn't actually get as much as I'd like to. Not only because I just couldn't find way too much this month, and on top of that, I am trying to save money for certain things. But I don't want to delve too deep into that. Um, we'll just get started with the episode. Again, it's not going to be a long one. I suppose the first thing that I'm going to show off is just yeah, the one Wii U game that I got. That's right. There's only one, and it is The Voice I Want You. I've seen this show like maybe a couple times at best. I'm pretty sure. I think it launched or the show at least, it came out like at least a few years ago. And I only saw it like a couple times. Forget about looks. Forget about moves. It's all about the voice. Well, considering that's what singing is, yeah, I bet so. Unless you're one of those people that say, "Oh, but I want them to win because they're cute." It's like, this isn't a beauty pageant. It's about singing, thanks. Like, seriously, it's so flawed. Select from hit songs spanning rock, R&B, pop, and country. Sing with up to 7 of your friends in party mode. Impress the coaches in blind auditions and battle rounds, all the way to the finale. And as I showed in the last episode, pretty sure it was, but I got a microphone, so that's perfect. I'm able to play this game perfectly, nothing wrong, like nothing will go wrong, and it was only $5. That's basically it. Yeah, everything's in there. So, yeah, there's that. I mean, if by everything, you mean this, right? Just the game and the, booklet. Those were air quotes, but I could only use my thumb. You get the basic gist. Wait, why am I throwing it over there? Man, screw the Wii U, man. Sucks. No, I'm kidding. Love the console. Getting everything for it. Got the kiosk. Wii U kiosk, not just that. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff. Got a Wii U Super Mario Maker standee there. I'm proud of that. Then the next thing that I'm going to be showing off is actually pretty different, I guess you could say. But I had a whole bunch of these. I'm not pretty sure if I've mentioned these before, but let's just move one of these. But it is a box protector for your SNES and N64 games and stuff like that. There are some for NES, and then some for the classic Dimension, like PS2, GameCube, Wii U, just like DVD cases, just something like that, right? The most common case ever. There are some that fit those too. And one day I just want to drop a couple $100 or even more, just one day. And it's like, here, give me hundreds of them. Because I'm going to need that much for my Wii U collection. I'm going to eventually do that. And then for games like Star Fox Zero or Twilight Princess HD, any big box stuff, I'm going to need some separate boxes for those. So, for example, here I have a complete in box copy of Diddy Kong Racing for the N64. It honestly it looks stunning in this case. I mean, stuff just, how do I explain this? It's just a lot more attractive. It catches the eye a lot better. You know what I'm saying? There's the back of the case, of course. It just looks a lot better. It attracts a lot. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's just so beautiful. It's so radiant. just, it's making me stutter. Yeah, it's a complete in-box copy of Diddy Kong Racing, and on top of that, it's pretty much in mint condition, other than that little scuff mark there, as you can see. But other than that, that's about it. God, that's light. That's definitely light. And then Super Nintendo games are the same dimensions. So here's an example here, Fire Striker. It's actually one of the most rare games for the NES. And it's even harder to find complete and in mint condition. There's no scuff marks on this or dents or anything. This is like, I think when I got this, it was like $200-something, and that was at least a couple years ago now. So it only goes up, right? Stuff only goes up as time goes on. Like if you go on eBay, you're not really gonna find much complete in box. There's barely any complete that exist, let alone copies of it in the first place. It's just a very unique game too. I really like it. So yeah, I got a bunch of those, and there's still, as I've shown, I still have some. I got about a dozen, and I have a few left in that pile I showed, and each of them is separated from each other with the, with the tissue paper kind of thing. Sort of like a deli, how you want to get meats and cold cuts and stuff. They separate each slice by tissue, right? So it doesn't stick and all that, like cheese, for example. So it's kind of like that. And there is a website, I think, that has a bunch of these, so that's where I want to bulk order them, as I've mentioned. And believe it or not, this is the last thing that I'm going to show. So this will be about a 10-minute video, that or less. But here, I actually have a controller. And I went to one of my malls. My local Walmart is built into one of these malls. And fairly recently, just gotta unravel this cord, I saw this on the shelves. And I go to this mall once a week or once every 2 weeks. Either or. I go at least a few times a month though, guaranteed. Just because I like going there and stuff. It's just like a 15-minute drive away. And I've never seen this controller before. So I knew for a fact that this was brand new. It was like a brand new product, never before released. And this is released by PDP, and it has Nintendo's license on it. So that alone, you can trust it, because, when it comes to Switch stuff and it's third party, like a dog, it's not usually a good thing, right? But with a controller, it's not as big of a deal. But with this, I had to get it. Because, as you can see here, there is a headphone jack. Now, if you know me very well, you'll know that I like to have like a kind of wireless headphone type experience. Not exactly wireless, but it simulates it. So, for the Wii U, the gamepad was perfect for this. Not only is the gamepad a wireless controller, but it has a headphone port, so it's simulating wireless, wireless headphones. To my knowledge, this is the first thing that simulates even that. So for a Nintendo Switch experience, there hasn't really been anything that simulates wireless headphones, and this is the first thing that I've ever seen this month that actually does it. It feels good in the hand. It has a pretty good weight to it. Looks good, feels good. The textures and whatnot, you can kind of, hear that, right? So yeah, red and black, one of my favorite color schemes. And yeah, it has a wire, not USB wire. Well, it does have a USB on the other end to plug into the dock, but in terms of from the controller, yeah, you don't plug anything in here. It's just like built in, classic, right? So I'm just gonna wrap this up again. And yeah, so you plug that into the USB port on the dock, of course. The cable is 3 meters, so it's really difficult to not have a lot of room. I don't know how far your TV is from you, but in normal circumstances, you're not going to have an issue. So yeah, pretty good stuff, if I must say. So yeah, that's what I got this month. Not a huge haul or anything, especially considering I'm just about done the Wii U's library. This year I'm going to finish it. So there's less to get, naturally. Harder to find, too. I was lucky to even find that Wii U game. I'm just so close to being done. The controller is 3 meters, and you just plug your headphones in. There is a button. I'll just freeze frame here. So that button that you see in that corner, you hold that and then you push up or down on the control pad as you're holding it. And then you can adjust the volume. So, you have a 3-meter cable on the controller. If you have wired headphones, you plug that sucker in. Depending on how long that cord is of your headphones, you're basically good. The controller's wire being 3 meters should be more than enough. And that's it. I finally got a simulated wireless headphones experience for Switch, and it's officially licensed. So, nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, it's the best thing I could have hoped for. Feels good in the hands. Everything does feel nice. It's good. Good weight. Pretty ergonomic overall. A very great controller. And you don't have to use the controller to have that experience. You can have another Pro controller, or Joy-Con if you will. You can play with any control scheme you want while this is just sitting here, just being, just passively being used. So you're not forced to using it. So that's it for what I've picked up, episode 50 something now, that's for sure. My apologies for not uploading as much. There have been some incidents regarding my family. I've had a couple deaths in the family this year, so I've been thinking a lot about that, procrastinating on stuff. I don't have anxiety or depression or anything like that, but stuff like that really hits close to home. So, trying to get the courage to do more videos. Anywho, I guess I'll leave you with that. I don't want to depress you or anything. But hope you liked the haul. Wasn't a huge one as before, like usual, but I am trying to save. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.